Welcome to the Night Radio and Television Station. Here come to the news today. On September 21st, at the headquarters of the Hungarian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Economic Internal Relations, the representative of the Hungarian government, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade of Hungary, István Zső, presented a symbolic gift to Vietnamese Ambassador when he picked out 100,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines and 100,000 rapid tests support Vietnam against the COVID-19 pandemic. The gift from Hungarian government will arrive in Hanoi on the morning of September 23rd, and the National Institute of Hygiene and Epidemiology will assign to receive, store, and distribute vaccines and rapid test kits. Also, on the evening of the September 21st, the Hungarian government announced a decision to seed 400,000 redundant doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine to Vietnam under a non-profit mechanism. The People's Committee of Dong Nai Province has just issued number 11143 approving the policy for Department of Health to deploy the received storage and use of COVID-19 vaccines in the province for the 10th phase of the 2021 for the following specific subjects. Group 1 belongs to the priority group of subjects including people working in the medical facilities, the health sectors, participants in the pandemic prevention, members of the steering committee for the pandemic prevention and control at all levels, people working in the isolation areas in charge of chasing epidemiological investigation, community COVID-19 teams, volunteers, reporters, army, police, immigration officers. Group 2 includes production and fitness establishments inside and outside of the industrial area, employing 100 or more workers in Biên Hòa, Nhân Trạch, Trang Bom, Thống Nhất, Vĩnh Cửu, Long Khánh, and Long Thành. Volunteer force first infection for the Japanese citizens living and working in the province, first infection for patients at the mental hospital 2 and the Biên Hòa Central Institute of the Forensic Mental Health. The Department of Industry and Trade of Dong Nai Province has just issued a document on the restoration of the business operation at supermarkets, markets, convenience stores, establishments, and some stores providing essential goods and service in the new situation. Accordingly, the department proposed the Economy and Infrastructure Department of districts and cities in the province to advise the district-level steering committee for COVID-19 prevention and control and district-level health centers to priority vaccination against COVID-19 for managers, business people, employees at the business establishments, and regular checks the observance or proofs of vaccinations against COVID-19 according to the regulations. Current regulations in the place of the business. For supermarkets, markets, convenience stores, facilities, and essential goods service points at the province, the Department of Industry and Trade proposed to study, implement, and strictly comply with the regulation on the anti-COVID-19 pandemic. After more than 2 months of medical isolation to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic, starting from September 21st, Chiang Mai Super World with nearly 160,000 people was officially lifted from the blockage. Recorded at the junction of Dong Khởi and the Bùi Hữu Nghĩa, the checkpoints has been removed on both sides of the roads and there is no longer functional forces on the duty. People and vehicles on the streets are quite crowded. Most of them are people with good reasons and necessity jobs as well as means to carrying essential goods. Thus, the people of Chiang Mai now feel more secure that the pandemic situation has been basically controlled and there is no need to go through the checkpoints when entering and leaving the world. Despite being lifted from the quarantine, people still have to strictly comply with the regulation on the pandemic prevention and circulation when entering and leaving the world. On September 21st, the high-level joint discussion session of the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly opened with the theme Together with Confidence and Resilience. Towards recovery after COVID-19, sustainable reconstruction, protect of the planet, promote human rights and reform the United Nations, Mr. Abdullah Shahid, President of the 76th United Nations General Assembly, pledged to promote international cooperation in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, post-pandemic recovery, and development in a sustainable manner based on the agenda to 2030 for Sustainable Development, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres calls on the international community to act and cooperate to find solutions to a series of the greatest crises of our time at the complex and COVID-19 pandemic, climate change. He emphasized that priority of speeding up the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, both pandemic reconstruction and recovery toward a cleaner and greener direction, reducing inequality and promoting equitable access to COVID-19 vaccine. That's all on the news today. Thanks for watching it. Have a good time. Goodbye.